Alright guys, welcome back. It's been a while since I've uploaded my last video, but I'm coming here today with one of my favorite decks that they've come out with so far this year. Definitely a throwback to one of my favorite monsters from Yu-Gi-Oh! As you can see right there on the table, it's going to be the new Chimera stuff. I've been having a blast with this deck. I'm still experimenting to see how I like to play it. So far, this build right here is what I'm going to go with at locals, see what I can muster up with it. Yeah, well, I'll get right into the video. So, first things first is the Mirror Sword Knights. So, these cards, it's pretty much one of your one card starters. You summon it as a quick effect, you tribute it, and you can special summon any monster that mentions Chimera Fusion. It's going to be the really big strategy of this deck. Its secondary effect is when it's in the graveyard while you control the Fusion Chimera, the King of Mythical Beasts, you can banish it to negate a monster effect, which is amazing. It sets you up with a lot of interruptions, negations. Mirror Sword Knight's definitely like a core piece of the deck for sure. You want to open it. If you don't open him, you also want to open this Cornfield Coatl. It's you discard it to add a monster from your deck that mentions Chimera Fusion. So if you don't have the Sword Knight, you just add in, or you just discard the Coatl to grab the Sword Knight. It also has a grave effect. When it's in your grave and you control Chimera Flying Mythical Beast, you can banish it to negate any effect that targets a card you control, as long as you control Chimera and destroy it. Which is another form of interaction that you can do on your opponent's turn. This deck's all about playing on your opponent's turn, pretty much. It's really nice. For the next parts are going to be Gazelle, and I'm just going to put the Baphomet right there with it because those are your fusion pieces that you're usually bringing out. The Sword Knight, you're usually bringing out the Baphomet. When Baphomet is normal or special, you can add both level 4 Beast and Chimera Fusion. That's insane. Gazelle is when he's normal or special, you can add a level 5 Fiend or Chimera Fusion. And then they both have, when they're used as fusion materials, an effect for that. Gazelle is you can add an illusion monster from your deck to your hand, and Baphomet you can special summon an illusion monster from your graveyard. So it gets you more access to Mirror Sword Knight. It gives you more access to Coatl, whatever you need. Super good. This is like definitely the heart and soul of the deck right here. This deck is just you want to see those no matter what. Yeah, it's a little piece of engine that helps support that. Edge Chain. So the fusion only needs a beast and a fiend, and good thing is the Edge Chain is a fiend, and it also has other utilities such as getting the Pat Trick to your hand to use for follow-up plays or discard fodder. Edge Chain's super good. Y'all probably seen that in other past formats. Very small engine, the branded stuff. It's just 3 cards right now. So far in testing, I've liked this ratio. 2 Alabaz, 1 Kit. Kit's a level 4 beast. You can get that off of Baphomet. It's pretty awesome. They're also used for some of the 1 card starters in this game. Or not the game, the deck. And, normal summon Alabaz is an interaction in itself. I play 6 hand traps in this version of the deck. I play the 3 Drolls, and I also play 3 Ashes. They've both been critical to some of the games I've won before, especially Droll. That card beyond busted. Yeah, hand traps. You guys know what they are, know what they're for. Not gonna go too much further into that. The next things is the Chimera Fusion. Chimera Fusion is probably in my opinion, one of the best fusion spells that we've ever got. So it's a quick play, but you can't do it in every phase. You can only fusion during the main phase. But because it's a quick play, that means you can do it on your opponent's turn, which is amazing. So it lets you fusion summon anything as long as you're using at least a beast or a fiend. So as long as you're using one of those, you can fuse for anything. You're mostly making Chimera with it, though. So you're actually sticking to what it's for. And then it has a grave effect. While you control Chimera, you can just add it to your hand. You do that once a turn, It's just so you can fuse. Then once everything's done, just activate and put it back in your hand, and you can do it again, or you can set it to do something on your opponent's turn. Amazing. So amazing. As a second effect, you'll never use it. It's like you banish it, especially summon the vanilla Gazelle and the old Baphomet. But we don't play those. They're just bricks you don't need. You don't need them for this deck. As part of the branded package as well, obviously we got the branded fusions. It's branded fusion. It lets you go into Mirror Jade, Renbrum, all that good stuff. It's super nice. The engines go so well together, honestly. The 3 patchworks, play the chain, so you play the patchwork. It's simple stuff, more search stuff. I play the book package, as I like to call it, is just the 3 Book of Moons and the 2 Eclipse. I see a lot of people doing it the other way around, but I do like this ratio. I like the 2 Eclipse and 3 Moons. It's come up so much. It's super defensive. It stops all the Xyz plays that your opponent try to do for like Pearly and Kashtira. You all know that. The Polys, gotta play them because you're playing the Patchworks and the Edge Imps. Also, it's really good for another one of the fusion monsters we're playing. And then I play the one called by because getting hit with Droll with this deck is buns. You don't want that. We'll get into the extra deck now. The extra deck I am still working on. It does need some changes. For now, I will just show it off for what it is. 2 Chimeras. 2 Chimeras has been working. There's been a couple times where I could have went into a third for the more grindier games. I may test out 3. 2 has been working out perfectly. There's extra deck space is kind of tight right now, so that works for now. When it's fusion summoned, you can activate its effect. At the end phase, you rip a card out of your opponent's hand randomly. And then you can also banish it on your opponent's turn to special summon any illusion, beast, or fiend from your grave. That's absurd. It makes me kind of want to play Nightmare Edition. It's like, I don't know. It's another option. Super good. The card's amazing. I'm so glad they made this card. One of the super Chimera. OTK potential. I did OTK twice when I played the deck with this card alone. So you just use a Chimera and then any one or more illusion monsters, and they can attack that many times as the materials you use. Cool thing about illusion monsters is that they can't destroy monsters in battle and can't be destroyed in battle. So when he attacks a monster, he reduces the attack to 0 and negates its effect. If you use 3 materials for this card, it's an OTK. Or if you have at least one other monster on the field. Card's insane. Like, it comes up. So right now, 1 Guardian Chimera. This is going to be 2, potentially 3. But this card is absolutely absurd because you can play on your opponent's turn. And it does everything you want it to do. It lets you pop cards, draw cards. And if you have Poly in your grave, they can't target him, which is amazing. And that's another reason why I like playing the Patchwork stuff. Card's beyond good. I'm going to go into the branded stuff. Got the Mirror Jades, got the Albions for the Mirror Jade, a Lubellion, and a Rinbrum. So I like this ratio a lot. I've been kind of thinking about doing 1 Albion, 2 Rinbrum, just because with the branded fusion, that's like almost always active. But this has been working so far, so I'm going to kind of stick to it. I might also just drop the Albions and Mirror Jade to 1, depending on the extra deck space or what I want to add later. But so far, so good. That's been working out. Then got sideboard stuff. Let's do this first. Magnum the Reliever. It's a new card, just came out. It's another form of interruption. The fusion requirement is a monster special summon from the extra deck and 1 monster from your hand. So you can bring it out with Chimera Fusion. Not with Super Poly because obviously you have to use a card from your hand. But it lets you, when it's brought out, you can put a Poly or a card, a fusion spell card from your grave to the bottom of your deck and then draw. And then on your opponent's turn, you could banish a Poly or a fusion spell card to pop card on the field. Not bad. Just another form of interruption. Then I got for my sideboard, I play 4 Super Poly targets. The Starving Venom, just 2 darks. Garura and Mud Dragon for decks that are, I don't know, I guess focused on same types and different types of stuff. And then Dragos Stapelia. I can just bring that up myself usually. It's come in clutch quite a few times, but that's going to be the extra deck. I'll show off my side deck for now. It's ever changing because of my locals, and I really only play at locals. But that being said, my locals is also kind of competitive too. Most players there are playing competitive, so take that for what it is. I got 3 Veilers, just another option for hand traps. The Bestials, because I don't want to be screwed over by anything that relies on the grave like that. Super Polys. It's a fusion-based deck. I feel like you just gotta play Super Poly. It's the card's broken. It's at 3. Why wouldn't you play it? Cosmics for floodgates and stuff. That card has not left my side deck in quite some time. And then I just threw in 3 Raigekis. I didn't really know what else to put in. I'm still experimenting, but that's what I got so far. Just in case there's like boards I need to drop a big lightning bolt on. That's the deck for now. I'm also experimenting with Kashtira cards, like the 3 Fenrirs. I will Unicorn, maybe a Rise or Scareclaw. I don't know, and then a Birth or a Theosis for the Unicorn Search. I don't know. I kind of want to experiment with it. So far, I'm going to take this into testing for my next locals, and we're going to see what comes out of it. See if I change it up or see if I leave it the way it is because it worked well. But yeah, guys, that is the deck. Let me know what you guys think, if or any suggestions on stuff. I like the Chimera ratios, but anything else in the main deck, I'm always open to, take advice on and any suggestions. I thank you all for watching. It means a lot to me. Any likes, comments, subscribe, any of that stuff, that's all cool. I appreciate it. I'm going to try to post more stuff here since I got the time. But for now, I'll catch you all later. This is Dark Gaia. Have a good one, guys.